Created by a kid and their parent, using TaleBot.
Alya's Whispering Woods Rescue. A special bedtime story for Alya Bilge. Once upon a time, in a small house nestled on the edge of a lush, green forest, there lived a brave little girl named Alya Bilge. Alya had curly locks that shimmered like spun gold in the sunlight, and her eyes twinkled with the spirit of adventure. She was known for her kindness to all creatures and her courage that belied her tender age of 3. Alya loved the forest, lovingly called the Whispering Woods, for the way the leaves rustled and shared secrets with the wind. Each tree was a friend, each flower a confidant, and each pebble a treasure to be cherished. One sunny morning, as the birds chirped a harmonious melody, Alya's dad announced he was going on a journey into the heart of the Whispering Woods to gather wild berries and herbs. With a gentle smile, he ruffled Alya's hair and said, "Be good, my little adventurer. I'll be back before the stars wake up to twinkle." Alya nodded, understanding the importance of her dad's trip. He was a kind man, loved by all, and he often ventured into the woods to find natural remedies for the villagers. But as the sun traced its path across the sky, and the shadows began to stretch their long fingers across the ground, Alya's dad did not return. The villagers whispered worried words as the moon climbed into the night sky, its silvery glow casting a mysterious light through the trees. Alya, noticing the concern in everyone's eyes, felt a flutter of worry in her heart. She thought about the tales her dad told her, stories of the forest's magic and the wild creatures that roamed within. With determination in her tiny heart, Alya decided she would go and find her dad. She knew the woods better than anyone, after all, they were her second home. She packed a small backpack with a bottle of water, a cozy blanket, and her favorite plush toy, a bear named Barry who had a comforting smile stitched on his face. The villagers warned her of the dangers, but Alya replied with a voice as steady as the ancient oak, "The Whispering Woods have whispered their secrets to me. I'll find Dad and bring him home." Alya entered the forest as the first stars appeared in the sky. The woods seemed different at night, the familiar paths were now veiled in shadows, and the once friendly rustling of leaves sounded like hushed warnings. But Alya pressed on, her bravery a bright light in the darkness. She called out for her dad, her voice clear and strong, "Dad, it's Alya. I'm here to find you." As she ventured deeper, the woods seemed to respond to her courage. Fireflies danced around her, lighting the way, and the animals of the night, the owlets and the foxes, peeked out from their hiding spots, their curious eyes watching over the little girl. After walking for what felt like hours, Alya heard a sound, a gentle humming that seemed to come from the very heart of the forest. She followed it until she came to a clearing bathed in moonlight.
TaleBot, tailor-made tales for your child's dreams.
And there, in the middle of the clearing, was a majestic deer with fur as white as the first snow of winter. The deer approached Alya and bowed its noble head. "Little one, why do you wander the woods at night?" it asked with a voice as soft as the breeze. "I'm looking for my dad," Alya said, her voice unwavering. "He's lost, and I need to bring him home." The deer's eyes shone with understanding. "Climb onto my back, brave Alya. I will take you to him." Alya hesitated for just a moment. This deer was a wild creature, after all, but then she saw the kindness in its eyes and knew she could trust it. With a little help, she climbed onto the deer's back, and they set off through the forest. They traveled over babbling brooks and under arching trees until they heard a sound that made Alya's heart leap. It was her dad's voice, singing a familiar lullaby, the one he sang to her every night before bed. The deer brought Alya to the edge of another clearing, and there she saw her dad. He was not alone. Surrounding him were wild animals of all kinds, bears, wolves, and even a mighty eagle perched on a nearby branch. They were not menacing, though. Instead, they listened to her dad's song, entranced by the melody. "Dad!" Alya called out as she ran into the clearing. Her dad turned, his eyes wide with surprise and relief. Alya. My brave little girl, what are you doing here? I came to find you, Dad. The woods were whispering your name, she said with a confident smile. Alya's dad hugged her tightly, and then he explained that he had twisted his ankle on a hidden route and couldn't make the journey back. The animals had heard his distress and came to keep him company, their wild hearts touched by his gentle song. Together, with the help of the forest creatures, Alya and her dad made their way back to the village. The animals guided them through the safest paths, their presence a protective escort for the girl who had shown such bravery and the man who had sung a lullaby to the wild. As the first light of dawn spilled over the horizon, Alya and her dad reached their home. The villagers cheered with joy, amazed by the courage of the little girl who had ventured into the whispering woods and returned with her dad safe and sound. Thank you, my little adventurer, Alya's dad whispered, his voice filled with pride. You have taught us all that bravery and love can tame even the wildest of hearts. From that day on, Alya was known as the Forest Whisperer, the brave girl who could speak to the animals and who had saved her dad with the power of her courage and love. And every night, as Alya snuggled into bed, her dad would sing the lullaby that had united the wild animals, a song of family, bravery, and the magic that lives within the whispering woods. The end.
Created by a kid and their parent using TaleBot, click the link in the video description to create your own story.